What is up, geeks? Welcome to another live stream Game of Thrones review, and this time it is on the season finale, The Dragon and the Wolf, season 7, episode 7 of Game of Thrones. And we had a crazy finale, guys. Now, disclosure again, spoiler alert for any of you guys who haven't seen the season finale of Game of Thrones. Per usual, I usually do these live reviews on the Tuesday after, giving you guys approximately 2 days to catch up, and then we could discuss it and talk about it. We had a pretty good response last review, so hopefully I get the same one for this finale episode. But let's start off with okay, spoiler alert again. Let's start off with the big thing that we left off with at the end of at the end of episode 6. What am I saying? So we had this setting up of this huge meeting between the characters. Basically, 6 seasons in the making. You have Cersei, you have Jon Snow, Daenerys, Tyrion, Jaime Lannister. You have the Hound, the Mountain. They had a really good interaction there. You had Lord Varys. You had Sir Davos. You had Bronn, Brienne of Tarth. Who else did you have in that meeting? Of course, Drogon. Daenerys' entrance was amazing. But it was crazy because this is like the only show where you'll have characters that are all main characters, all huge characters, and they haven't even met each other for like all this time, for years. You know, this show came out like 2011 or something like that, and for 6 seasons long, you never had Cersei meet Jon Snow or Daenerys meet Cersei. And we recently just saw Daenerys meet Jon Snow. So it's crazy how these characters have, you know, enough backstory, enough emotional content, and things that would make you drawn to them, that you wouldn't need them to interact with each other. You would have enough just for them, you know, being alone, you know, just being secluded from each other. It's just crazy. I don't know if that makes sense, guys. I'm probably not making sense, but I hope a little bit. I hope you get me a little bit. But anyway, that huge meeting was pretty epic. Of course, that big crescendo with the Hound unleashing the White Walker. For a second, you're doubting, and then all of a sudden, the White Walker comes out, and the first time you ever see Cersei kind of scared, which was kind of cool. Now, ultimately, she doesn't really care about the White Walkers, and I saw that coming from a mile away. But it makes you question, because, you know, Tyrion should know his sister enough that that's the case. You know, I'm not surprised at that, and I'm pretty sure Tyrion knows about that. So I really hope Tyrion doesn't make a turn to the dark side. It's going to be, especially the way he looked at Daenerys and Jon Snow at the end of the episode, I really hope he doesn't turn to the dark side. Maybe it's jealousy, but I don't think he's jealous of Jon Snow. Maybe he's scared of what might happen to the two of them. My prediction, now I know we're jumping around a little bit, but my prediction with Tyrion is, and this is probably the best possible outcome, is that Sam, once he found out from Bran that Jon is actually Aegon Targaryen and the heir to the throne, and related to Daenerys, he sent a raven, and Tyrion received that raven, but we just didn't see that. And so while the reason why he's looking at them, you know, with judgmental eyes, I think is because of that, because he already had the news that they're related. So that's the end of the episode. But anyway, we go from the meeting, and then we have that little thing with Littlefinger, and we see his demise. We finally see the end of Lord Baelish, and that was great. I love that scene. A lot of people say, oh, it should have been drawn out, they should have tortured him, but you know what, I thought the fact that it was so abrupt was actually quite a surprise. There were a little bit of doubts for me, like, are they really gonna do it? Are they really gonna do it? And then they did it, so it was cool. That was really cool on Arya and Sansa to join together like that, and I'm glad that they did that. All three siblings actually, so that was really nice. Then the huge reveal. That was the other part of the episode that was huge, was the Aegon Targaryen part. We already had an idea. They kept on leading up to this point, but we didn't know that his first name was Aegon, so that was cool. Then of course that scene when Daenerys and Jon are finally consummating, and it's bittersweet because it's supposed to be good. Like, we love these characters and we want them to get together, but now that we know that they're related, and that voiceover of Bran talking while it's all going on, it's just like, it feels like it's not going to end good, for both characters. So that's unfortunate. I don't see their relationship lasting. One of them is going to either die, or maybe they might even try to kill each other at the end of the day. I don't think Daenerys cares. I mean, Daenerys cares about being the heir to the throne, so that could be a huge thing in their relationship. But what happens if, because of their actions now, they have a child, but then they realize that, they just committed incest? I don't know if that's going to affect Daenerys. I'm sure it's going to affect Jon, but it's crazy to think what might lead up to that moment when they find out, and what the repercussions are after that. And we gotta wait a year for that, at least a year, which sucks. It's crazy because I literally have watched Game of Thrones from beginning to right now within 1 month, and now I gotta wait a whole entire year for season 8. But luckily there's Defenders, Westworld coming up, Walking Dead, so hopefully it won't feel like it took too long. And finally, the last thing I have to address from the episode is Vissarion with the blue fire taking down the wall, which is really epic and really the only action sequence in the episode. But that was epic. And now we have to question, does Tormund live? Did he die? I think he had... I mean, to justify the character, I think we'd have to see him die. So I'm pretty sure he's alive. That's going to be the reveal at the beginning of the next episode, is what I'm guessing. Season 8, episode 1 opens up with Tormund maybe crawling through from the rubble of the wall. And maybe he'll send a raven, and he's going to be the witness to what happened. And they won't believe it. They're going to be like, Daenerys is going to go crazy, to think that her son, Vissarion the dragon, is still alive. That could be her demise. I mean, we want Drogon to take him down, but what happens if Daenerys has to take him down? That'd be heartbreaking. And even worse would be, what if Daenerys has faith in Vissarion that she might be able to turn his heart? That's less likely, but if she tried to do that and then he was actually the reason why she died, that would be crazy. But otherwise, I think I covered mostly everything from the episode. Let me know in the comments below if you want to talk about anything, any questions or comments. Now, I know I just started this series of Game of Thrones reviews, but now we have to wait another year to continue this, because season 8's not going to come out for another year at least. They're even saying it might delay to 2019, but the reason they have is actually pretty good. So the reason why it's going to be delayed for so long is that the 6 episodes, although it's just 6, compared to the average 10, and even this season was just 7, is because each episode is going to be feature length long. So it would have to be at least 90 minutes to be considered feature length, like a movie. Just like this episode, it was 90 minutes long. I felt that was perfect. So hopefully for the last 6 episodes, all 90 minutes, at least, we're making up for the lost time. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys like this review. I hope I made sense to you guys. But thank you guys for watching and supporting me through this new series of Game of Thrones reviews. Hopefully, for those who are not into Game of Thrones, maybe this will get you into it. And for those who do watch Game of Thrones, maybe this will introduce you to my channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I will be doing, everything geek related, and Game of Thrones is one of those things. So thank you guys for watching again. Till next time, Valar Morghulis.